Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by one of my fellow co-hosts, the most shameless guy out here in the YouTube and football world. I have to say that the most shameless, you know what I'm saying? One of the funniest as well, even more shameless than I am. And I put myself on a high pedestal when it comes to the shamelessness, but I'm joined by Blues Fans TV's own Carefree Lewis. Lewis, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm good. What a week to be a Chelsea fan, man. Don Andreas is firing on all cylinders. Chelsea might not be firing on all cylinders, but we're getting those W's. We're still unbeaten under Thomas Tuchel. The march to the treble is still going strong until Manchester City decide to get this league title fully wrapped up. But until then, there's still hope. So big up the guys. Flawless as well. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, man. I'm blessed. Of course, people. I also do on Fridays. It was the Premier League pandemonium, but now it's Shameless FC alongside Lewis, Slavs, Babs,
and
what
a first episode too. Loved it.
It was. So make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel, and his channel is in the title, people. So make sure you click on that. His channel's in the title. Subscribe. Get him to his road to 21K. Is it now for you?
That's 21K. It's only because it's taking so long to get there. This is meant to be road to 30K.
Yeah, man, we get there. You lot go sub. Yes. You lot go sub, man, and support, you know what I'm saying? Because Lewis puts in so much work, quality work, and you see him working with other people. I seen him on Hamez's channel doing a recap of the Liverpool-Chelsea game, etc. I'm over there
as well, saying fucking Anderson's the best Danish centre back in West London. I nearly didn't turn up for that disrespect, man. Anderson, you know.
You brought it up. That's the thing, because you said
we were going through players of the month, and we'll talk about the Premier League as well. Because if we want to do Agenda FC and agendas, there's an agenda against the Danish Maldini. How was he not in Player of the Month?
Let's talk about it then.
Let's talk about how was he not in Player of the Month? Like, what did he do that took him out of the running for it, or what did he not do? Because all he's done is keep clean sheets. The one game we took him out for was the one game we've drawn under Thomas Tuchel in our last 6 games. And it was from a direct pass down the middle of the field. And who wasn't in the middle of the field? Don Andreas. Well, we didn't put him in Player of the Month. Man of the match at Anfield yesterday.
Oh my God, this guy.
And now he's not in Player of the Month. Why? Here's the question. I'll ask you, why is he not in Player of the Month? Not why didn't he get Player of the Month, because I know you'll push the Bruno agenda. It is what it is. Why wasn't he nominated?
Right, because he's not the best Danish centre back in West London, yo. It's Anderson. You know what I'm saying? A guy I've never heard of until you mentioned him.
Great being on here, guys. Like and subscribe.
It is, yo. Big up Lewis every time. Lewis Kirk, sorry. What did I get wrong with the Instagram post? If I did it, let me know. I appreciate it. We are going to get to the likes. Big up everyone who is locked in. I can see the numbers jumping up. If you're watching it, we got more people on the Twitter watching. So make sure you retweet the tweet, like the tweet, follow myself and Lewis and the Sarcasm City Twitter. Also, make sure you follow us all that are tagged in the tweet, and get over to the YouTube as well, Sarcasm City TV. Roll to 2,500 subscribers. If you're on YouTube, whether you're new here or you're a regular, hit the like button on the video. Very important you do that. Hit the like button, make sure you share it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So if you haven't seen Agenda FC before, what the show is a play, because it's a play on the word, because as soon as you disagree with someone, it's, you got an agenda, rather than just disagreeing with someone. So the reason why we call it Agenda FC, either myself, Lewis, or a special guest gives 2 strong opinions about something. So as you can see from the title, it's saying Harry Maguire is not a top 10 centre-back. The guest will be joining us. It is Musa, for those that know the Straight Jacket podcast and United Central. Musa will be on here. Well, me and Lewis will discuss it also. But like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel first and foremost as well. Big up Charlie, you saying hi, come on City already, you lot, these City.
Manchester derby this weekend.
Peak. Tuchel has Germanized Chelsea top manager, says Rohan. Welcome back, Rohan. Yes. It's been a minute.
I love to hear that.
Maguire is in top 20 in the league, says Emmanuel. Okay, right. Well, this is a great talking point. We're going to get into this. RB says big up guys like the stream. Big up Aiden, who says big up Flawless. Big up to you also. Right, MK Traps, he's not having it. Maguire is not a Premier League centre-back. Stevens with you. Stephen Duncan, he says AC has been elite. Andreas Christensen. Aiden saying he's trash in terms of Maguire. Cancelo easily player of the month. Who has been player of the month? I know who you're going to say, actually. I know who you're. That's a stupid question.
Danish Maldini, but Cancelo's a great shout. Really and truly, he's probably going to win Player of the Month. Even if Christensen was in it, probably would be Cancelo. I'll be real, Christensen's PR ain't really that great. It is a one-man army when we're doing that, but we go strong with a one-man army. But has to be Cancelo. Baller, absolute baller. I'm seeing this guy's, he's everywhere on the pitch, you know. Literally everywhere. I see him on the right-hand side and I see him on the left-hand side. And he's still balling out, regardless of whether he is on the pitch. So, yeah, credit, man. It is what it is. Manchester City are a cheat code, but that's what happens when you spend your way to the title. My club could never, innit?
Yeah. This guy in it. Big up NB. He says, big up to Carlton Banks and Mr. Take Note every time. Living legends. Love for that, NB. Bro. Yo, NB, you said I didn't follow. I don't know what your Twitter account is. If you tell me what it is, I will follow you back. Because he was like, you didn't follow me back. I'm like, I don't even know what your Twitter account is. As soon as you drop your art, I'll let you know. Stephen Duncan saying he deserves to be in the votes. I'm guessing he's talking about the AC Hive. Mr. AC himself. That's the only trophy Chelsea can win. Chelsea are in the what's it called? They're in the running for trophies. They're in the FA Cup. They're in the Champions League. With Tuchel on the squad, they have a legitimate chance, is what I'd say. Zane says top 10, too kind, flawless, maybe 18. Rad, no love for Maguire whatsoever. Arsenal Over says, where's Saeed? He isn't the scheduled special guest, but he will be jumping on. And as I say that, the man himself, one of the most outspoken guys out here, one of the funniest. And when I say outspoken, it takes balls to be brave and stand on your opinion, because you will receive criticism for it. Lewis, who's bigger than me, can tell you that. You get what I'm saying?
Right? We've been suffering under the AC Hive, but now we're living. It's glorious.
This guy is such a prick, you know.
It's just, you should have seen the first month and a half when I was pulling AC Hive and it was just delete your account. Why are you posting this fairy? Why are you posting this pansy on my timeline at 3 a.m. every week? Now, every time I post, I've got people waiting for it. Yes, AC prop time. Let's go.
I love it. I'm not going to lie, but yes, welcome in. You get me? Like I said, my Don, one of the guys who helped me in this thing majorly. Man like Saeed, Mr. United Central himself. Yes, what are you telling us you good, fam?
Come on. What are you telling me, man?
No. We got a derby coming up this weekend. Relax. You get me? I don't want to jick myself, but Sarcasm City, what are you telling me, people? It's good to be here, man.
We're here to talk about Beckenbauers, Harry Beckenbauer, Andreas Beckenbauer. We out here, man.
Nah, you can't copyright that. Still, you can't copyright that. You need to go through the infringement.
You don't want it no more.
Nah, I don't. You know what is here? I dashed it, but you can't pick that up in it. You saw me. You know what I'm saying? It might go recycling that. It's not a recycling thing, bro.
In the defensive third, and we Andreas Christensen out here. You already know, man.
No. There's no recycling involved. You get me? You got to think of your other ones. Berets, you got other mans out there. You get me? So, you know what I'm saying? Like
Andreas Beckenbauer, Andreas Baresi. Oh, Andreas Baresi. I like that.
Oh, why are you giving this guy ideas, man? Why, Saeed? We done. Why are you giving this guy ideas and that? Look at him.
Listen, I got gas, mate. I apologize. Yeah, he'll be apologizing soon to Baresi, mate. You know what I'm saying? He's on Twitter and that. He'll be apologizing to Baresi. You get me? Welcome. I ain't tweeted for 5 years, so I'm good.
Oh, you blessed then, innit? I'm sure he appreciates the apology, though. I'm sure he appreciates the apology. I'm sure
he appreciates the comparison to a talent like Christensen too. We remember him Beckenbauer. Don't worry, we don't forget legends like that. But we have someone that carries up the baton, and here we are himself.
Oh my God! You see, Lewis. Yo, man. This guy. Look at
you. You man was saying on Wednesday you needed Salah to put him in the split. You needed Salah or Mane to do it, and Salah got hooked in an hour.
Go on, what it is, yeah. Speak on it. I want to see Christensen not get babysat. You get me? So let's see him in a 2 in it. Because when he's in a 2, is he not a catastrophe? Let's be honest.
What's your point? What's your response to that? Because Christensen plays in a 3. So what's your response to that into a 2? But just before you do that, big up Wayne, who says, big up my guy, smash the like button. And I believe he can be a top 4 team. I can believe he can be in a top 4 team. He's a quality player. Much respect, guys. Follow everyone on YouTube. Big up Wayne for the super chat. Secondly, you'll catch him on Blues Fans TVs on some of the watch along. So big up Wayne each and every time. But yeah, go on, Lewis. Bear in mind, people, this is Sarcasm City TV. This is not what was scheduled in it, but this is where we are.
Listen,
this is how we run. Yeah, man, this is how we run. Like the scheduled guest, I did shout Saeed, but the scheduled guest is Musa. But now we're off topic with another guest. But let's go. So yeah, go on, Lewis. Respond to that.
Here's the thing: Christensen has had good games in the back 4. It's just people haven't really spoken about too much because all they remember is the Liverpool red card. we started the season as a back four, and we had Zuma and Christensen before Thiago Silva walked in. Great game against Brighton. Kepa Tax conceded a goal. Liverpool, howler by Christensen. Red card. Awful. We'll take down the chin. It is what
Chelsea last year.
Christensen had a great first half, though. Nobody speaks.
Man United versus Chelsea last year, 4-0 as well. All over the place as well.
If anything, it was Zuma that was worse in that game. Zuma had massive howlers in that game. But we'll continue on with that. The West Brom game, 3-3. Now I know
down, you know,
was the better centre back in that game because he wasn't directly responsible for a goal. Thiago Silva was, so he was the better centre back in that too as well. What game was after that? Aston Villa game. Couple Champions League group stage games. We won the majority of them, fine, but they're also group stage games. We can leave that. Aston Villa. Good game. Him and Rudiger, more or less solid. We drew based on the midfield because we played the same midfield that lost to Arsenal 2 days before that. But only everyone remembers, Christensen was on the floor again for the equaliser. John Terry came out of nowhere on Instagram, putting the entire blame on him, saying Christensen should have got up. And everyone fell on that because he's a legend, which was massive hypocrisies anyway, because why are we going off the word of one random legend just because he's a legend, but people are telling me Lampard out in the same sentence? That don't run to me. That don't make any sense. Also, John Terry was wrong. Andreas Christensen was injured in that 50-50, and John Terry put him out for no reason, and he was out for 2 weeks because he aggravated the injury playing on. But everyone calls him a fairy. Another myth thrown into the mud. Andreas Christensen honestly just gets a bad rep. At the very worst, he's a confidence player. If he has a howler in a big game and costs us the match, don't play him in the next game because then he's going to drop another howler. Other than that, technically, other than Silva, he's our best centre back. And those big boots that Silva had, he has slipped into them perfectly, like a Cinderella one and everything, like a glove.
You know what I said about system defenders, and people laughed at me. Is Christensen a system defender? Let's be real. Is he one of them players where he covers space rather than a combative all-round defender? Is he one of them where he's good on the ball? You know what I mean? He kind of uses his space wisely, and obviously, you know what I mean, he reads the game well. So when people said to me certain defenders are system defenders, when I called it out about a year ago, people laughed at me, mate. And I still believe there are so-called system midfielders, system defenders. Because for me, when you look at like a player like, for me, I don't know, let's say Wijnaldum, for example. I look at him, and I think in a great system, he's unbelievable, mate. You take him out of that fold and you say to him, you know what I mean, you go dictate whatever. I just don't see the kind of level or drop-off for me will be massive. So I'm putting it out there to you, Lewis, Is Christensen, for you, an out-and-out defender, or does he look better in a free? You know, you put him out there in the Greyhounds, and you tell him to go, defend yourself. Let's be real, man. Would he be as good as what you say he is? And I know you're gonna come with the CDL league and all that, you get me? The Christensen Defense League and all that, CDL, man.
Thank you, Saeed. Thank you.
Well, you're gonna use that?
Yes, he's gonna use that.
Wow, man, listen.
Look at these like the comments, yo.
CDL, love that.
I'm telling you, man, gangster. I'm telling you, I was ahead of the curve for a lot of stuff, But we'll leave it slide.
You might need to join the AC Hive, head of propaganda, man. You're doing
head of propaganda.
Wow,
head of hop.
Man.
Does he need the position of hop? Yeah, HOP.
We
head
got
of
the
propaganda.
CDL League. What do you call him? Andreas Baresi. Bro, this is excellent propaganda. Much appreciated. But answering
go on. I think it's one of them. You get me. I was a bit gassed in it. You get me. For me, when I look at Maguire here, I still don't think he's a trash defender. I think there is ability there. You know what I mean? You don't come to Man United without ability. But what has happened is Christensen looks better with the people around him. Azpilicueta, Rudiger right now, they all compliment him, and he's in a good system. You're looking at Maguire, he's playing with Lindelof 1 week, Bailly another week. You know what I mean? You put that side together, it's not a great mix in it, and he's never had a balance right. It's either Bailly or Lindelof or Maguire. It's never or Lindelof or Bailly. It's got to be one of them two. But manager never does it, bro. And that's my problem. That's been my biggest problem. So Christensen right now, yes, he's good and whatnot. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, I just don't believe the hype. I don't believe, he's going to win your title. Has Christensen won the title, by the way? Has he got Premier League?
Nah. He was around at 14, 15, but he was like youth player on the fringes, just getting into the team.
Okay.
Holding the title for Bants, innit?
Yo, so, he's not a title-winning defender. For me, when I look at him, I don't think he's going to be the main centre-back pairing for Chelsea in terms of when Tuchel gets his team right, yeah. I just think Christensen's a stopgap. What did he? Yes or no? Did he come for Thiago Silva when he came off injured?
Yeah.
And there you go. Then that's another point I'm making. He's a stopgap for Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva's replacement that everyone's saying we have to look for in a few years. Do we have to look for it?
I don't know, man. I think if Chelsea want to become better,
Silva's been gone for 8 games and no one can tell the difference. And the only game that can tell the difference, Christensen wasn't playing.
I
understand because it's the first time he's been given a proper run of games. So especially for rival fans, the jury is out. It's cool. It's been 8 games. That's fine. I understand that. That's not an agenda. Christensen's played like this before, though, and that's when he first got put into the starting team. It wasn't a back 3 again. It was under Antonio Conte. But it shows exactly what he can bring to the team in terms of a confidence. And I've already said he can play in a back 2 before. It's just Sarri butchered his confidence because as much as I love Sarri, he ain't a man manager. He has 11 players in his squad, and that's all he cares about. 14 maybe. There are 3 substitutes as well. Other than that, if you're not in his main 3 subs or the starting 11, he don't care about you. You're playing the cup games and that's it. So Christensen had to get really high up mentally. That I can understand. But if I sit there and think he's a system defender, cool. He's more technical. And I think if you prefer your more physical centre-backs, you'll prefer a Kurt Zouma, and that's fine. But here's the thing. Christensen's won the majority of his aerial duels since coming back into the lineup. He has looked strong. I've seen him shield the ball excellently. I haven't seen him get bodied except for maybe one moment against Barnsley, and he still went to try and get the ball on the ground afterwards and got injured, putting his head in the way of the ball.
Oh, he's doing it, Phil Jones. Yeah, I remember.
I'm looking at speed as well. I just saw this guy catch up to Mane yesterday. So now, so he's quick. So he is dominant in the air, and he's got strength with him as well. So he has got the physical side to his game, and that might have just been another myth in itself. Obviously, give it 10, 20 games to fully guarantee that, but system defender, maybe. It's a maybe, but...
Yeah, I told you, man, listen.
What is he lacking?
Wait, 1 sec. That's the agenda next week, but go on, carry on it if Saeed's about. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, come on.
I was saying anyway, what does he lack? That's what I'm thinking.
I think what he lacks in, for me, isn't shown clearly, and I think for me, it's more what would I call it? A better judgment of the way that Tuchel has got this team running. I think for me, Tuchel has allowed the system to work and it's flourishment. You only got to look at Rudiger. Rudiger was absolutely nowhere, mate, and all of a sudden it's a rebound. So I think maybe, listen, you can give credit to Christensen, but when you look at it and you really reality, and you know what it is, I kind of compare it to Lindelof in all honesty, in a way that they both are. In a 2, Lindelof for me, he's always looked shaky. There's always some mistake in him. You put him in the back 3, mate. Listen, he's the next thing. But let's be real, man. He's the next big thing.
We just compared Christensen to Lindelof.
Why not?
Hey, wait, Lewis, you was trying to start this VL hive. Let's not forget that. Don't have a short memory.
I know how much you rate Lindelof. So I'm like,
I'm not rating Lindelof, but they're similar level, though. They're similar level. They're not. So you were saying that there's a big gap between Lindelof and Christensen.
The way you lot speak about him, definitely, because I hear he's a genuine.
He's
and it might be real for you guys. I know he ain't real for my guy. That's the thing.
Yeah, but obviously, you know what I mean. That's why I felt with Harry.
Just want to big up Winter Surfer for the super chat who says, you don't believe the hype you had. Maguire, Stockholm Syndrome, Harry Beckenbauer, come on, Saeed. First and foremost,
I had to let it drop.
Big up to Winter Surfer. He's also a member as well in it. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is underneath the description. So if you want to be a Sarcasm City TV member, you get ability to buy Sarcasm City merch, guest appearance on a show of your choice, shout out to the start of certain shows. Set shows that are for members only, members comments only section also in it. So there's many good perks. Make sure you sign up and that. And hit the like button, mods. Let us know how many likes we're on. Make sure you subscribe to United Central and subscribe to Carefree Lewis. Both their channels are in the title. So click on there right now and subscribe to both their channels. But yeah,
big up Ryan as well. Salah, don't worry. I know you're gonna like this as well. We aren't letting Salah out. It's cool.
You can beat the Salah, man.
If I missed some of the comments, I do apologize. I will get to all the ones we can. But yeah, Moose is not here, but he was the one who started. Well, not started this, but he mentioned
told me from day one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
he said Harry Maguire is not a top 10 centre back. So when he arrives here, because I've sent him the link, hopefully he arrives. And what I wanted to ask him is he talking about he's not good enough for a top 10 aside in the top 10, or he's not top 10 individually? So we'll start top 10 and we'll start with you, Lewis. Get me? Give us your top 10 centre backs, and we'll just try and compile a list. Top 10 centre backs in the Premier League currently, and we'll throw injured players in there. So you can throw in a Van Dijk, for instance. So what are we saying in it? We'll start with you, Lewis. I'm just going to run through some of the
centre backs in the league.
Yes. Yeah. Top 10 centre backs.
Andreas Christensen.
All right, that's one.
This guy. Are we doing this based on form or ability, by the way?
I say ability.
It's got to be ability, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Thiago Silva then. We'll start with Silva.
So we got Silva, we got Christensen. I gotta leave Christensen in there. Van Dijk, Diaz. That's 4. Bailly, I'm putting in there. That's 5.
Do you put
Matip in the comments?
Do you put Matip and Stones with them?
I think with Stones this season, it's kind of hard not to put him, even though I don't rate him like that. He's a system defender. With Saeed, I'm with that with John Stones. He's a system defender. Because if you take Diaz away from Stones, Stones don't look like that. I was saying this to Yan City. Watching the Euros when Stones gets spun when he's playing next to Maguire or somebody like that. Stones is going to get exposed in the Euros and that. But I suppose you
need a leader next to him. That's the thing that I was saying with Christensen as well. It needs a leader next to him. And that's the thing where he got Azpilicueta next to him as well. But I've seen him have good games in a pair with the likes of Zuma, with the likes of Rudiger together. Silva, I'll be real, that's the one where I'm yet to see a good pairing with. But Loki, I think they're the best pairing too. It's just the only game I have to go off with is the 3-3 draw with West Brom, and that's not really a fair analysis. It was Silva's first game in England.
Yeah. Wilmer says, allow it. Lindelof is even better than Christensen.
Nah.
Jeez.
Nah. We got 2 United fans in here. Neither of them even wanted to back that debate.
I don't want to back that. I don't want to back that. Saeed is hilarious.
I'm saying that because I'm hurting it at the minute. You get me? I'm not with the vibes, innit? You know what I'm on?
You need a good 90 minutes on Sunday from Lindelof first.
Yeah. I need another 90 minutes and then I'll come back with you.
Yeah, I don't even trust him. No, I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Big up Flawless, and Lewis says, and Rohan says, big up Saeed. Done. He also says, big up Saeed. Stones and Diaz, I suppose, have to be in there. So we've got Stones, Diaz there too. Van Dijk. I'm putting Bailly in there. Silva. Who else we got?
Fofana?
Yeah, all right, Fofana in there. The Everton centre back as well. What's his name?
This is my one.
Go on, you give us yours.
I would go with Diaz
also.
Diaz, Van Dijk,
2.
Laporte.
Yeah, 3. I think Laporte gets in there.
I would go then with who else is there? Who's in there?
It's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's tough. Let me get to some of the comments to see. Yeah. Go on, keep going. I'm gonna see.
Oh, we didn't say Laporte. Yeah, geez.
Yeah, Laporte gets in there.
Man said David Luiz, Are you crazy, Zayn, mate? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
Zayn's not having it, yo. Zayn is not. Zayn's on the next thing and that.
Maybe back in 2017, my guy, but nah.
Yeah, so Fana's in there.
Christensen in 2018, he ain't been the same player since. I'm just saying. Christensen may have stolen his career.
Oh, big up Rohan on the super chat. Also, he says Milan Skriniar is a done centre back. United should go for. I've not seen a lot of him. Is he any good? I've not seen enough of him to say.
The thing is, would Maguire fit in the top 10 though? I think he probably would. You know,
he gets in a top 10 team. You get me? Definitely.
Wouldn't he be the type that you lot said with a leader would be good?
He needs a centre back who's better, who's of a level better than his. So that's why when he plays next to Bailly, he looks so much better.
So what, you put a Van Dijk, or
if you put a Van Dijk next to him, or Diaz or Silva, he looks better.
You know what? Ajayi's in there. Ajayi is a good one. Ajayi for West Brom. I think for me, it's quality.
Putting Ajayi in there, top 10 in the league though. Someone's saying Holgate. I always get them mixed up.
Holgate, yeah.
Is it Holgate or Godfrey? There's one of the. I always get the Everton two mixed up.
Godfrey's better.
Yes, that's the one. I would put Godfrey in there.
Alderweireld for me is finished. I'm not putting Alderweireld in there. Nah, he's finished, mate. I like Konza. Konza's good. Dawson, you know what, man? Dawson should be in there, you know. I think Dawson's been quality for West Ham. I think Ogbonna should be in top 10, mate. Ogbonna.
You
know what I'm saying? So you know what
Ham
is
played well.
Sorry,
West Ham have played well.
It's better if you do it then top 5 is better. Top 10, then you go too reckless. I think top 5 would be Diaz, Van Dijk, Laporte, Stones, and then Bailly. That's what I would go top 5.
Top 5.
I don't know about you,
top
man.
10's tough. Lewis, what are you telling us?
We said Thiago, Laporte, Van Dijk, Diaz, Stones. But I'll be real. If we're thinking 10 centre backs over Maguire, I do feel like it's easy because we can come up with 10 centre backs better.
I think it's you know what it is with Maguire. Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong.
We can find 10 centre backs. If you both don't rate them, we can find 10 centre backs.
No, but you know what it is. Yeah, I just feel like for me, it's very.
I don't know. That's the tough part. Go on. Sorry to cut you off, Saeed.
It's one of them where when you look at it, yeah, Maguire last season we had the third best kind of defensive kind of what they call
defensive record
stats in the Premier League. We had the third best defensive stats in the Premier League. You know what I mean? So then you got this season, it's all over the shop. Most teams in this league, it's all over the shop. Like a lot of people are saying, put Wolves defenders in there. I think Wolves have been poor this season. So it's subjective, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really clear cut. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So
yeah,
I just feel like for me, there's a lot of kind of implications onto why we can put this certain player in there and why we can put this certain player in there. So it's like Christensen now, everyone all of a sudden say Christensen's one of the best in the league or whatever. There's a little bit of a hype train going on. You know what I mean? All we've got to do is just tell Lewis to put the photo on and it's already there. You know what I mean?
Is it a hype train if the train was starting when he was in bad form?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? For me, yeah, when you look at it, yeah, the centre-backs right now for me in the league, yeah, they're looking good right now because I feel like the attack is poor. I feel like the attacking prowess in the league right now is very, very poor. I'm not enjoying the Premier League, guys. I don't know about you guys here, but I'm not enjoying it anymore. I really am not enjoying that game yesterday, yeah. Tuchel, yeah, masterclass, by the way. Big up to you guys, yeah. But I'm looking at the Premier League right now, yeah, and I'm just thinking, brother, I'm not even enjoying it, man. It's very, very tactical. It's very, very tentative. Teams don't want to lose anymore. So, I mean, so defenders are sitting, obviously, it's more defensive shape now rather than attacking. And I'm just not enjoying it anymore, man. I don't know about you guys here, but I just feel like for me, a lot of teams there are fearing the worst. And I know there's money involved or whatnot. But I just look at the Premier League right now and I think it's very, very poor in terms of quality, man. The quality has gone, mate. You know, when you look at that game yesterday, yeah, you were looking at that game yesterday, you were like, you know what, man? It's looking a bit dead this season, but
I feel like that's just Ole tax with you guys because I can only speak for Chelsea.
Ole tax is hefty.
Yeah, but Chelsea previously before you had Tuchel, you had that feeling as well. The only reason you're talking like that now is because you've got manager bounce. You know?
See that? No, it's the manager.
It's not manager bounce. But you're a bit positive though. You're a bit positive though.
The difference is the manager. Your play under Ole is pants, but it's the manager. Lampard, our play under Lampard was pants. Tuchel, okay, it's not the most entertaining of football, whatever. We ain't playing liquid football. Defensively, we're solid and we don't concede goals. Our midfield dominates. It's just the front three. It's the final third. We aren't clinical. We ain't ever been clinical, whatever. But we aren't conceding goals. If we can make 1 out of the 10 chances that we make go into the back of the net and get a 1-0 win, get a 2-0 win, fine, we take it. We just want top 3 for the season. At the very least, if we get through this tough run of games, then we have a very easy run of fixtures from the international break onto our
final. Man already, man.
Yeah,
already now.
I'm after second place.
I think he's a favourite for it. I think he's our
bare minimum. Second place is what we can achieve. Because I'll be real, I don't expect United to hold second. I expect Leicester to have a drop off. Wherever the rest of you lot finish, it is what it is. But I'm going for second place, or as high as we can go right now.
Yeah, I'm with Chelsea. Yeah, I'm with that. Like I agree with that in terms of Chelsea. The squad was always there. All it was is your manager good enough? And we found out the manager wasn't good enough. And Tuchel is now exposing how Lampard wasn't good enough because he's getting a tune out of these players, and none of these are his players. But yet he's managed to come in. He's got a system, and players are flourishing, and he's working with what he has. Do Chelsea have the best attackers? No, but he's still working with it. He's made you defensively solid because you already had the base.
All you got to look at yesterday of Werner on the highlight. What a clever tactical kind of game plan that was. You know what I mean? Any other manager would have said, you know what, we'll just go what we did with Werner was playing them because of the highlight, and it caused Liverpool massive problems, mate.
This was one of the few games where I was saying Werner up front, let's do it. Because they'll leave pockets of space behind for him. And they played right to our hand. The offside let me not talk about it because at least we won. I'm in a good mood right now. If we lost or we drew, that would have been a completely different episode of Shameless FC. I will say that. We would just start talking about the penalty the whole match. Because that was a fuck.
Are you guys back then? Are you back then? Are you back? Is Chelsea back?
We never really disappeared, to be honest. It was just the tactics disappeared. Like I already said, we have one of the best squads in the league. Same way with you lot. But what's the difference? We sacked our manager. That's the difference. When you lot sack your manager, you'll be on the same gas mode. Which also, please keep Ole at the wheel for as long as possible.
Listen, we don't want to do that again.
I'm enjoying my adulthood with you lot in the mud right now. Please do not return anytime soon.
Listen, man, we're gonna. That's why we got me and Flawless here and Amanda here. You get me? We're upholding. This is an uprising now. You know how? You know what I mean? There was all these uprisings in the Middle East.
Man United are actually top of the league. I can't be bothered for it. When you not ball out, that's gonna be unbearable. I swear.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna be unbearable. I'm gonna be unbearable, mate.
Be unbearable because you lot have suffered for the longest. But same way, I don't want to suffer again under Manchester United. You know how much I've enjoyed this period where you lot have just been mid, not even dead, just mid, average. I like it. Because it keeps you lot stable, it keeps you lot competitive. I would say it keeps us winning against you lot for the most part, but hefty Lampard tax on that. It is what it is. But it's good to see you lot around the group and not just
what it is,
up down on everyone like it was when I was growing up.
Yeah. You know what it is, I feel like for me, Chelsea are back to finding what they've always wanted in Tuchel. I feel like, when you had Ancelotti and you did well and it was a very, very good manager, and you won the league and whatnot. And then you kind of you fizzled out a little bit. Obviously, you got Sarri and whatnot. But I feel like for me, this signing makes sense, mate. It really, really, this manager makes sense. And I know I give banter and I say Tuchel, Van Gaal, and I still believe there's elements of Van Gaal in Tuchel, albeit that he's got good technical players and he's got players that can finish. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's not doing right now, but under Van Gaal, we had everything. We had all the movement and whatnot, the passing range. And then finally, they had the kind of the finishing touches. They've got it to show. And that's why I look at United, and I feel like for me, this summer, or whatever happens at the end of the season, this is going to be a critical stage. Because if Chelsea, Liverpool come back, Liverpool are going to come back next season, regardless of what we all say.
I said this to James Redmond, if Liverpool finish outside of the Europa League spots, they've won the title next season before ball's even been kicked.
And that's the problem.
With their style of play and their pressing system, but you give them a week's break and no Champions League football, it's going to be Conte 16-17 settings. They will run the league. Honestly, I don't want to see either, but I guarantee it happens. If they fall off this season, they might as well take 9th place if they're not finishing top 4, because they'll guarantee the title for themselves. I hate to say it, but it's facts.
That's facts, bro, and I'm telling you, and that's what worries me, and that's what I'm saying to you, Flawless, man, you get me? We got to keep this agenda, man. We got to keep this uprising, mate.
Oh, we gonna keep
it.
We are gonna continue, man. Like someone mentioned it here about Ollie, and we're gonna get to this question in a sec. I'm gonna continue to talk Ollie out. I'm gonna continue to say it on every streaming platform I'm on. Just because he's still here doesn't mean I have to accept it. You get me? I'm never gonna be beaten into submission over my football club. Never. Like, this guy's gotta go, and as soon as he does, we'll be so relieved. That next stream after he is sacked, the happiness and joy before we've even signed another brought in another manager will be off the scales. Ronan Society, will you continue to call for Ollie to be sacked next season when he inevitably has his contract renewed? I think I just answered that, but I'll let you answer it.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, man. You get me? Listen, there might be a king in the uprising, man, but I've seen a lot of kings come off their throne, mate. I'm not calling Ollie a king, but I've seen it happen, mate. A king can become, perilous, man. A king can become perilous. That's probably the quote of this podcast here.
Yes, definitely.
Can become perilous. For me,
I was going to say the quote was Andreas Baresi, but cool.
No. Less than that. You get me? And that's what I'm looking at. And there's a quote there, Glazers out. Shout out to him as a member and whatnot, There's no plan for the Glazers. So I can't give you a plan for the Glazers. Man United are talking, But I remember I had an interview with one of the Dons of Manchester, mate. He's probably one of the big guys in Manchester, bro. I don't know if you've seen that interview, Flawless, yeah. But I had one interview, one guy, yeah, and I did a show with him, yeah. He's one of the top Reds in it, proper hardcore Man United fan, yeah. And he goes, "Oh, use social media a lot, yeah. Don't know what you're doing," and he's probably right now. We don't know what we're doing, bro. All it is talk and talk. Hashtag Glazers out, yeah. But I went to the latest protest, yeah, and 30 people were there. 30 people, bro, were there, man. So don't do all this nonsense, yeah, about you guys here, about the real problems are the Glazers. There are, but there's no plan for it, bro. There is no plan. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? There is none of that. So I'm gonna go and do what Musa said. I know what he said. I'm gonna bully the little kid. You know what I mean? The little one involved, and that's Ollie. Let me get Ollie out, and then I can deal with the rest of it.
And what people don't understand as well is, yes, just because we know the Glazers, we know Woodward, they are not good enough. We know this. I'm not disputing that for 1 second, but that doesn't make Ollie any better. He might not be the only problem, but is Ollie a problem? Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
He is a problem. So let's if we have 3 problems, you lot are like, Joel, just because we have those 2 problems, we don't eradicate this problem. No. You eradicate problem, but when you can. If you have 3 problems, you at least try. If you can eradicate 1, you get rid of 1. Because then you have 2 problems. But yo, big up to Lewis. Make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Hey,
Lewis, I catch up with you soon.
Yeah. Come on, man. Always blessed, bro.
Take care, man. Love guys.
Yeah, man. Big up. What we will be doing with Agenda FC as well, people, is moving it to a new day. So probably a Wednesday. But like I said, you never know who's gonna drop in here.
Come on, man.
I managed to get my Don Saeed on with me. So like I said, make sure you sub to United Central. But yeah. The reason why, so Ronan here, he says, I might have to review my YouTube habits. I love you guys, but I can't listen to Ollie out for another season. LOL, is there any chance he will get sacked? Firstly, I do believe there is a genuine chance he can get sacked. And the reason why Ollie out is such a common topic because it's Manchester United and he wants him gone. The reason why you have an issue with that, Ronan, is because you're not Ollie out. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on the fence or you're Ollie in, it's only people who are on the fence or Ollie in who have an issue with the Ollie out conversation. I've never met someone who's Ollie out who doesn't have an issue with the conversation. And I even saying you're wrong, Ronan. Go on,
I think the key would be Woodward out.
Woodward's got to go.
I think the Glazers will always stay because I feel like for me, if no one's going to buy them out, you can't really get them out, innit? You feel me? So that's a whole other problem, yeah? I think Woodward is the one we need to be solely focusing on. Because at the end of the day, he's the link between the Glazers and the manager. So if you get him out, yeah, and then you probably get the better director of football, and you get a better guy who knows his football, then maybe the football structure could change.
Yeah, because the thing is, under the Glazers, yes, we had the goal in Sir Alex, but we won everything. Van Gaal won a trophy. Mourinho won 2 trophies. So this team, under this regime, we can win trophies under this regime. But now this myth, because people like Ollie, we can't win anything because the players ain't good enough. Ollie has a better side than Mourinho and Van Gaal, and both those 2 managers win trophies. So why can't you win trophies? Why is that so? Yeah, that's the issue.
You know what I mean? Yes. And that for me is the biggest kind of talking point we need to be addressing. We need to be talking about these kind of things, man. And that's what I always say to people, man. I don't see the plan for the Glazers. I don't see it. I don't know where people are doing it. All these hashtag Glazers out. It dies down. When's the last time we see the hashtag Glazers out after the Donny van der Beek? Before the Donny van der Beek was the last one.
True.
You haven't seen one since.
No, you haven't seen one since.
Yeah. You know this already, but it'll come back, yeah. Say now this season we don't win a trophy. It'll come back. Then we'll probably go buy a player, maybe 2 players, and it'll go.
Nah, I hear
and
you.
Then it reverberates like that, but it recycle, repeat. Repeat. And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, get the manager out first, and then it's like when you're building a house. You build for the foundations, then you go up, make your way up. I'll do that. Get the manager out first, make way up, and then I genuinely believe, under a new manager, if everyone is back on the same boat, and everyone's on the same platform again, we can all maybe come together and say, you know what, let's get Woodward and the Glazers out now.
Yeah, of course, but we all have to be one. You know what I'm saying, to do this regime. But everyone has different ideas. People don't want to get rid of the manager. You know what I'm saying? People want the Glazers and Woodward out, but Glazers and Woodward gave this man the job. So you want these people out and don't think they're good enough at their job, but the man they've employed to do the job, you want him in. That makes no sense to you because he's co-signing that. You know what I'm saying? Ollie's co-signing the people you claim to hate. That makes no sense whatsoever.
And that's the thing for me. Wait, I'm just got a bit blurry. Let me come in and out.
Yeah. It's calm, fam. No stress. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep the show. I just need to look after my mental health and not dwell on the negatives right now. I want to look. I'm with you, Ronan. I want to, work on my mental health. Like I say to people, when people ask me if I'm okay, I say, man, it's my football team. I'm flying. The reason why we are negative and sound negative is because of the manager. Yeah, me and Saeed would love to be on here talking about positives and United playing on the front football. And I just want United to challenge.
Absolutely, bro. That's all we want. That's all we want, man.
Challenge.
And that's what, for me, every single player and every single fan here should be addressing more than anything, mate. What is the kind of benchmark for Man United? What is the benchmark? It's to win the trophies. If you can't see that with this manager, yeah, you've got to move on like Chelsea. Why can't we become a club like Chelsea?
Yeah,
let's be real, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a model that's worked. Yeah, it's worked. The model has worked because they have won trophies. It's as simple as that, people. The model has worked, whether we like it or not. Whether it is against the traditions of Man United Football Club to give a manager time. We've seen that with one manager. It has worked with one manager, and it's been one of the greatest there's ever seen.
Yes,
we can't have the same model of success for every single manager.
Facts. This is one of my. That's my point.
Rohan. Sentiment is killing big clubs, man. It is killing big clubs, bro. It
is.
Like, you know what I'm saying to you? For me, yeah, Man United, I've got to look at the manager and say, listen, you've reached the ceiling, yeah? You've reached the ceiling. Listen, you've done well. But then when you got Woodward making them clown comments, man, well, I'm telling you, bro, it just makes our kind of, the revolt just even intensify even worse, mate. It intensifies even worse, mate. I'm telling you right now, if this manager is here next season, the intensity will just get bigger and bigger, and the club will just stay more toxic, more divided than ever. Because for me, yeah, you've got to only realize, man, people want to see trophies. And if you can't see a manager bringing trophies here, then it's simply a waste of time, mate. It's a waste of time. No matter what you've built, no matter what you've done here, you cannot keep putting a manager. And for me, I remember I did an interview like about a year and a half ago, man. The Glazers are putting Ole to dry, mate. They're hanging him out there to dry. He's not good enough for the job, but they're hanging him out there to dry. If a manager isn't good enough, A, you haven't got the coaching staff, and B, you're not backing him. I would say like a bit like half and half about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There was a moment, people. There was a moment, There was a moment, people. You don't realize this, bro. There was a moment when I was like, yeah, you know what, man? Ole's not, it's not got the right coaching staff. Not going to get his back to whatnot. There was a moment, but I just feel like for me, he was in a job that he could never ever win, Ole. With the coaching abilities that he's got, was it a job that he could ever
around
win?
him? I get your point.
Yes, the right stuff around him. Was it a job that he could ever do? For me, simply not. And then now what they're doing is they're hanging him out to dry. The toxicity is falling on Ole. That's what's happening right now. That's what the Glazers are doing. They're in the background, bro. Woodward is in the background. They're putting all the heat on Ole, and Ole can't see that.
Spot on, yo. You spot on. And like I said, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. We seen what Villas-Boas did when the Marseille board bought a player he didn't want. He came out and said, in the press, I didn't want this player. So now that goes directly to the board. This guy gets off scot-free. People will continue to make excuses for him, but I know you got a dip anyway, Saeed.
Big up to the people, man. You get me? I'm going to be back soon, you get me? We'll be back to discuss this, you get me? But big up everybody. Make sure you keep liking, subscribing, man. You get me? The hardest working YouTuber. I'm telling you right now, flawless, man. If you want any kind of hard working YouTuber, flawless. This guy is working non-stop for you guys, man. Giving you content every day. I'm seeing different content. It only makes me want to make my work rate even more up. You get me?
Yo, so let's go, man.
Big entry, support this guy, man, and let's get this guy to 10K, man. That's the aim, bro. 10K, man.
Love for that, man. Make sure you subscribe, yo. That means a lot coming from you, innit? You know what I'm saying? So much appreciated for that.
Big up, man.
And make sure you subscribe to United Central. Like I said, the channel is in the title, so you can click subscribe right now. And we're going to keep the show going, people. You know what I'm saying?
On,
you never know with Sarcasm City. You never know who might drop in and who might drop
You never know. That should be your slogan,
know.
you know. You never know. You never know.
I'm going to run with that. After the show's finished, I'm definitely going to run with that. But
come on, man. Anyone, just click on the button, man. You get me? We're here, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Get the likes up, people. Keep subscribing. Love, fam. Love. So, yeah, man, we're going to keep it going. I was trying to get Musa on, but he's having issues getting on. But we're going to keep the show going. So, now you lot are the co-hosts. Rohan here says, get the board out. And we are going to get to the actual agenda title as well. But he says, get the board out first is better for the long term. It is better for the long term. But still, like I've said before, with this board and these owners, United have been successful in the past. Therefore, we can be successful again. But because people like Ollie, they'll blame it all on them. Is it an ideal situation? No. But has Ollie improved the squad? Yes. Is the squad talented? Yes. Is he getting the most out of the resources? No. Glazes Out says, we need to be together. We fighting each other instead of the problems, because people are thinking emotionally. That's why. People are thinking emotionally. People don't want to accept that this guy's not good enough. Some people would rather see us get relegated to the Championship rather than admit they're wrong. I'll admit I'm wrong if I call something wrong. I've done it on this platform many a time. If I call a result, I got that completely wrong. I said we was going to get out of the Champions League group. We didn't. I came out and said, yo, I called that wrong. And then moved on. Ronan says, I would love Poch, but is it realistic? Not now, no, but it was at the time. Who else is available realistic? There's many people who are available realistic in it. Ancelotti, if we go to Everton, you can get Ten Hag, Nagelsmann, Allegri. That's 4 off the top of my dome. Any of those 4 are better than this now. Is there a perfect candidate? No, I don't believe so. The closest to perfection, I reckon, is Ancelotti. That's what I would say. Davey Fisher said, the problem is certain sections of the fan base think they're better supporters than others. And yeah, that's all nonsense. I ain't got no time for that. I haven't got no time for that. I don't think I'm better than any other fan. You have your opinion, I have mine. Literally, that's what it is. And we are going to get back to the topic at hand as well. But I'm going to get to some more of the comments. All right, I got you. Twitter MB021. It's looking... All right, cool. I got you, man. I follow you. No worries in that. Can I get to the comments? Big up everyone who's locked, yo. Get the likes up. Not convinced by Nagelsmann. He's too gung-ho. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But he would be better than Ollie is what I'm saying. This is not working. So let's go and try something else. That's my point with this. People would rather die with Ollie than go and try something else. That's my point. That is my exact point. Is comments like that, Ronan. Aiden says, we're second and we're screaming for Ollie to get the F out. Arsenal fans are 10th and are still saying Arteta in. That's why we've won a lot more Premier Leagues and Champions League, higher standards. I didn't know where he was going with that, Aiden, but that's my point. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, we're second, but it's not like we're 10 points clear in second. All right, say we lose to Manchester City and teams win around us and then we're 4th or 5th. Then what? What's the difference? That makes no type of sense. Like, I don't understand this. Oh, we're second when we're far off the top 4. Mourinho was second. I mean, far off first. Mourinho was second and won 2 trophies, and we wanted him out eventually. MB says, flawless, you might need to riot again and light up Edwards' crib. It worked last time. I'm not for that, but it is what it is. Once everyone's on the same page, I'm there. Once everyone's on the same page. Ryan S says, big up Flawless, my G. I just came on now, my bro. Yeah, man. Big up to Ryan S. Make sure you sub to his channel. You can see it there. See, Davey Fisher says it. You have to play to your strengths, which is attacking. For us, Nagelsmann is the perfect fit. Yeah, because our attack is better than our defense. But I take Nagelsmann, I take Ten Hag, I take Allegri, I take Ancelotti. Because they all do a better job than what is going on now. Because I don't think it can get worse. I don't think any manager can come in and do a worse job than what is currently going on. We played 3 games in a row and haven't created 1 clear-cut chance. It can't get worse than that to me. Where's the intent on attacking? That's just me, though. Chorus says, Flawless is a prime example of a grafter. Love for that. Big up. Big up. Yeah, man, you never know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So, but we know what does work. I mean, we know what doesn't work. I've seen enough of Ollie now to know this doesn't work. Let's go again. Legend United says you are honest and hardworking. Love for that. Thank you. Yeah, one thing about me is I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But love for that. Much appreciated. Connor says, he's guy a joker. Big up my guy, Connor G. He's the guy who created all the new thumbnails. So salute to him. He says, Nagelsmann isn't going United. Why would he? Why? He's a Spurs fan as well, by the way, people. Why is he going Spurs? Why would Nagelsmann not go to Manchester United? I don't think there's a manager who will turn down Manchester United at this point, apart from probably Pep and Klopp. That's it. I don't see any of the managers I mentioned. Allegri's not in a job. Nagelsmann would leave Leipzig to come to United. It's more money and a bigger club. Same with Ten Hag. Who else did I mention? Ancelotti would leave Everton as well. Dante Gray says, try play devil's advocate, think from an Ollie-in point of view. I don't understand the point of view though. When people mention it to me, they don't come with any legitimate reasons as to why they're Ollie-in. It's all sentiment. It's all what he did for us as a player. Because if this was any other manager, we'd be cursing him out right now. What is the difference between this, Van Gaal's football, and Mourinho's football? If we went to West Brom under Mourinho or Van Gaal and didn't create a chance against the team 19th in the league, our fans would kick off. If we went over 5 hours of football under Van Gaal or Mourinho and hadn't scored a goal, our fans would kick off. If we went to Crystal Palace and had one shot on target, which was a deflected shot from the Nemanja Matic from outside the box, our fans would kick off. But with Ollie, we let it slide. What's it called? I'm going to send you a link. Ryan S. I got you. I'm going to send you. Douglas says, Ollie is stealing a living in United by spewing trash and playing no tactics and smiling like a joker. And that's my point, is it's all about intent. I'm saying there's a way to lose games. There's a way to draw games. We're not even trying to attack and win games. Roy Keane said it. It's like clean sheets is an overrated thing now. How many games did we win? I don't care about records. Everyone's talking about, Manchester United haven't lost away from home in so long. But there's teams who have collected more points away from home than we have. So what's the point? It's all about points. I don't care about records. You know me? I care about points because points totals to winners' trophies and winning leagues, and this is why, and things of that nature. I think if Spurs beat City in the Carabao Cup final, we're the longest running Big Six side without a trophy. But yet we have a better squad than all of those bar Manchester City. I think we have a better squad than Liverpool. We have a better squad. You could argue Chelsea. Chelsea's close, but we have a better squad than Spurs. We have a better squad than Liverpool, and we have a better squad than Arsenal. Well, you wouldn't think that by looking what it is. Yes, Ryan, I got you. Give me a second. Aiden says, for me, my choices are Ten Hag, Ancelotti, Nagelsmann. Between these three, I'll be happy. I'm with those three. My roles, I'd go Ancelotti, Ten Hag, Nagelsmann, but any one of those three I would take. Even Tuchel, who I'm not a fan of like that, you can see the difference he's done when he's gone into Chelsea. Well, that's just me. Please let me know how many likes we're on the video also. NM says, Flawless, you should be the new Man United manager than Ollie. Nah, because I ain't qualified. You know what I'm saying? So I would fail, but I'd at least try and win games. The bar's on the floor, so nobody can come in and do worse. Rowan says, I agree. Ollie's tactics are cowardly at times. At times. It's more than at times. Who else plays? What other top team plays two holding midfielders on a regular basis? That's our regular set formation. Our regular set formation that we do this at. Sorry, just sending a link. Ryan S. just sent you a link. You never know with Sarcasm City TV who might drop in. But yeah, let's keep this conversation going, people. Let's keep it going. Because I love interacting with you lot. Whether I agree or disagree, I love interacting with you lot on Sarcasm City TV because you are always respectful. You know what I'm saying? You just never take it. You just never go personal, and I rate that. I'm with you, Ronan. He says, I prefer a younger manager like Ten Hag or Nagelsmann. I'd take either of those yesterday. 016 Val says, Flawless, do you have any insight on who the Glazers were looking at before Ollie went on a winning spree in his first month? Supposedly it was Poch. This is what I heard. How true that is, I don't know. I don't have any genuine insight, but rumor had it that it was Poch. Yes, and this is what's frustrating here. Ronan says it. The frustrating thing is we've seen him play the way we want him to. It's just not consistently. That's what I'm talking about. We've only got commitment issues. Sorry, if I miss your comment, I do apologize. So if you want it to definitely be read out, hit the super chat. All right, we'll get onto the topic anyway of why we was here with the agenda. Harry Maguire is not a top 10 centre-back in the league. This wasn't from me. This was from Musa. Big up to Musa, but he's having issues getting on. That's why he couldn't make it on. But let's discuss this. Is he a top? So I didn't know where Musa, because I was waiting for Musa to come on the show to explain it further. Is Harry Maguire a top 10 centre-back in the league in terms of can he be in the top 10? Yeah, of course. Top 10 teams, 1,000%. I'm literally going to get the table up now. Bear with me while I get the table up right now. And then we're going to run through the teams and see if he makes it, what teams he makes it into. Let's find out. So table, Manchester City, top, no. United, Leicester, probably not. Chelsea, nah. Everton, no. West Ham, maybe. Liverpool, no. This is with everyone fit, by the way. Spurs, yes, I would say. Arsenal, yes. Villa. Who's Villa's 2 centre-backs, actually? Yeah, because I don't rate Mings, actually. So, yeah. So, all right, let's say so, for instance, for argument's sake. So, Manchester City, no. United will leave out of it. Leicester City, no. Chelsea, no. Everton, no. West Ham, yes. I reckon he gets in a West Ham side. Yes. Liverpool, no. Spurs, yes. Aston Villa, yes. Arsenal, yes. So, you got Arsenal, Villa, Spurs, West Ham. So he's getting in 4 out of the top 10. So I reckon he is a top 10 centre-back. That's what I would say. I reckon he is a top in terms of he can play for the... Now, is he a top 10 centre-back in the league? Unfortunately, probably not. And that's a damning thing for me to say when you look at the quality of the centre-backs in the league is not that good. If you take out Van Dijk, Diaz, Laporte, Bailly, there isn't really anybody who you look at the centre-backs and be like, top quality. I'd have him in my team tomorrow type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more potential if you look at the Everton centre-backs. There's more potential type of thing. So, yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. But, yeah, do I believe I did not jump off, but Maguire, like I said, the performance that hurt me the most was the West Brom game, and it was more so his interview afterwards. Like I said, there's never any accountability at Manchester United, and that's a damning thing in it. It's a mentality thing. Like what people say to you shows you their mentality. What they do also shows it, but their words show you. And it's never with Maguire when he said, "Oh, we're not going to come to West Brom and create a load of chances." So if we're not going to go to West Brom and create a load of chances, who are second from bottom, what team are we going to go to and create a lot of chances? So that's how I'm looking at it, definitely. 016 File says, I think Maguire is top 10, but not top 2, which is a Manchester United minimum for me. Have Ferguson grandchild. I hear you. Wet Cola says, I saw Harry Maguire in the title. I clicked. Yo, bigging up Ryan S to the show. Also, Ryan, were you telling me you good? Yo, this thing's still loading. Yes, were you telling me, my G? Yo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think you... Yeah. Go on, say something else. You're hella freezing and that.
Yo. Can you hear me for us, yeah?
Yeah. I can hear you going. You let us know in the comments if you can hear Ryan S in it. Let me know. But what are you telling me, my G? You good? You telling me you blessed?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man can hear you all right. Yeah, we good to go. All right, we'll get to some more of the questions, people, as well on Agenda FC, and Ryan will pitch in as well. Flawless, the question is, would the Glazers back Poch properly? If not, that's the main reason I couldn't see him going to United. But then, how do I put this now? That's a conversation to be had beforehand. That's what it is. That's a conversation to have before you get the job. Do I believe they'd back him properly? It depends, innit? Because everyone's definition of being backed properly is different. Because I think two things can be true and people act like the other side of the argument can't. You can be backed, but not get backed fully. That's how I look at it. Like people say Ollie wasn't backed. No, Ollie was backed in the summer. He just wasn't backed fully. He signed Tellez, he signed Donny, he signed Cavani. Everyone was talking about our bench not being good enough. We now have one of the best benches in the league. Arguably the best. You can argue. I'm not saying we are, but you can argue it is. So he's got improvement there because everyone's saying he's not making changes because our bench ain't good enough. Nah, our bench is good enough and you're still not making changes. When is this man going to be held accountable? This is what I want to know. When is this man going to be held accountable? Danish says, and yeah, you lot keep pitching in with the Maguire stuff as well as the other questions as well. Maguire, based on ability, is not a top 10 centre back, but a better system would defo benefit him. Ollie ball plays out from the back with our players like De Gea, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka. Ollie's digging his own grave. You said it there, Danish. You said it there. You're trying to play out from the back where you got a goalkeeper who's not the best with his feet, a right back who's not the best with his feet. Maguire's okay on the ball. Lindelof's decent on the ball, and Shaw's okay on the ball. It's not like you have ballers at the back. Well, yeah, this is what you assembled. This is the defense you assembled and the style you want to play. It's just a mishmash. It's just a mishmash. Yo, you lot keep getting the likes up as well. Keep sharing, keep subscribing to the channel. Deep down, what business do you feel we'll do? I am not sure. Don't know. I've not thought it through like that. So that's all I can say about that. Glazers out said he's better than Gabriel, Alderweireld, and Keane. Yeah, but is he better than Holgate? Everton, maybe. You can make a case. But that was just me saying he gets into a top 10 side in the Premier League. Is he top 10 centre-backs? Probably not, to be honest. And that's a damning thing. That the Manchester United centre-back, our captain, our main man, is not in the top 10 in the league because he's not. Yeah, right. Yeah. Ryan S is trying to sort out his his Wi-Fi, but hopefully he'll be back on. Would Poch still want United? 1,000,000%. We're still a massive job. We are still a massive job. This is why we can attract. I don't think as a manager we can't attract like that. Same way, this is the reason players come here. We're still Manchester. We might not be Manchester United on the pitch, but we're still Manchester United in name only. I mean, in name. And our name still holds weight. So that's why we could definitely get a Poch. Poch was on Sky, on MNF, I think it was, talking about Manchester United. Big up Ultra Parisian, who says, big up Flawless, big up to you each and every time. Ronan says, I've said it before, Ollie will sack himself. The fans will pressure the board to sack him if things don't improve drastically. That's why we got to apply pressure. Yeah, I mean, we got to apply pressure. We have. H7 says, bro, banner aside, Rob Holding is better than Maguire, and I hate that guy. He can at least pass out from the back. The fact that this is a legitimate debate we can have tells you the levels of Harry Maguire. Chris Gay says, Maguire is our captain, is captain for our team, and his pedigree is 4 times relegated. Rest my case. I hear you. Chris Gay, I hear you, man. And I tried to defend this guy. Glazers out says, Flawless is too positive. He thinks we can win a league under the Glazers because we have done it before. I know that was the goal, but we can do it. Do I believe we can do it back to back? No. But can we win a league under the Glazers? Yes. Our team is not that far off. Our team is not that far off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're literally a centre-back, a holding midfielder, and a right winger away. You know what I'm saying? And we still should be getting more out. As good as City have been, we should be closer to Manchester City. At one point, we was 12 points away. And if you look at some of the silly points we dropped, okay, Everton away, that's 2 points. No, Everton at home, that's 2 points. West Brom away, that's 2 points. Sheffield United at home, so that's 2, 4. That's 7 points. At one point, we were like 12 points behind. So we should be, as good as City have been, we should still be on their coattails. We should be closer to them. We're good enough to be in a race, which then, if somebody falls off, we're there to capitalize. City have been phenomenal this season, so we wouldn't have caught them. But yes, with the players we have, our squad is good. We have one of the best benches in the country. We have one of the better first 11s in the country. Yes, it has deficiencies, but every team has deficiencies. Every 11 has City have deficiencies. Not one Manchester United fan would take Zinchenko. Not one Manchester United fan before the season started is taking John Stones. We're not taking Rodri. We're not taking Gabriel Jesus. That's 5. I'm just using that to, yes, City have quality players around that, but I'm just using that to prove my point. There's no perfect 11. There's no perfect 11 is what I'm saying. Big up Sentiment FCU says, big up Flawless, big up to you. Let me know how many likes we're on in the video, people. Keep subscribing. And we're back tonight. We got 2 shows after this. So Walk to the Octagon is back with Lindrix and Beans. They're discussing the MMA fight coming up. It's Adesanya and is it Blausic? I can't pronounce his name. That's coming up at 10:30. And then at midnight, you've got Gyardem City versus Mandem United. So not Gyardem City meets Mandem United. You got Gyardem City versus Man United, Manchester City versus Manchester United preview with myself and the beautiful Yan City. Big up Ryan, who is back. What are you telling me?
I'm good. I just had to sort out some internet problems. But how
Yeah,
you doing,
man.
Flawless, man?
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Out here working. You already know how it is. Make sure you subscribe to
Yeah.
his channel. H7 said, is West Ham better than United? In terms of what were you asking me? What were you
Form,
asking me?
probably, but
I don't know
I
what he's
don't know.
asking in it. Is Leicester better than United? I don't know what you are asking me. So I'll elaborate and I'll answer the question. There's
I
no
don't know in
problem.
it, but I feel like with United, I
Oh shit,
think.
we're on. Sorry to cut you. We're on 80 likes. You'll
Oh,
get us to 100 before we dip.
yeah, come
You know what I'm
on,
saying?
guys. Sub to
Yeah, go on,
Flawless's
Ryan.
channel as well, man. But I don't know. I just feel like with United, yeah, the longer you have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I know every time we play you that he might get a winner against us. You get me, but I'm never confident that he could like win a prem or win a trophy, but like he can do it on a one-off game. Like we saw it against Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, numerous occasions. But like over a course of a season, if you guys want to win big boy trophies, then I just don't think Ole's your guy in it. So that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna talk smack about Ole. Like he is a bad manager, but I know that I'm gonna say all this, and then if we play tomorrow, he might take one over us because that's just Oli. But if the season was to start tomorrow and then we end it and then we come back the end of the season, you guys would probably finish third or fourth with no trophy. You get me, and it would be seen as progress. So that's just my thing with Oli. I just think you guys, I think if you guys get a top level manager, I think like everyone said, between the three managers of Ancelotti, Nagelsmann, and Ten Hag, who I rate as well. I think they might not use all your players. There might be certain players that they don't want to use, but I think they'll use most of them. And you got to remember, like a Ten Hag and a Nagelsmann. Yeah, let's be honest. I know Werner's playing good for us at the moment, but Nagelsmann made him look a lot better than he actually is. Not that Timo Werner's terrible or anything, but even from a Chelsea fan, I admit that now you watch Leipzig system, the way they have like one striker next to him, you can hold up the ball, who's the focal point, and they let Timo Werner drift around and make runs in behind. Like Nagelsmann done that. Like, and when you look at what's it called, Leipzig's players, apart from like Upamecano and maybe a Timo Werner, you don't really recognize any of them, but they still got to like the semi-final of the Champions League. So I think Nagelsmann would do good for you guys. Ancelotti is Ancelotti, and he's a bad boy manager, and Ten Hag as well. He's good as well. So I think if you guys really want to win the big boy trophies and you want to win Premier Leagues and stuff like that, Oli ain't your guy.
Here's the thing, and Adam, this is where context matters. You said you're not taking Rodri. He's miles better than Fred and doesn't lose the ball. You also said Rodri's clear of McTominay and Fred, but you wouldn't take him. Yes, because I don't believe Rodri's good enough for where we want to go. Just because he's better than what we have doesn't mean I want him. You know what I'm saying? I think McGinn, actually, that's too strong. I'm trying to think of a player who I don't think is good enough, but he's better than McTominay and Fred. I think Decore is better than McTominay and Fred in that sixth role. But I don't want Decore at Manchester United. You see my point? Because I don't think Decore takes us to the top. I don't think Rodri takes Manchester United to the top.
You see, this is a bit of a similar situation with Lingard, because Lingard, yeah, he's a good player. And if I was to say he's better than Dan James, but he's still not good enough for United, you get me? That's a similar situation. There's too many players like that in your team. You got Dan James, flipping Scott McTominay, even a Fred in it, who I think is decent, but I think you can definitely get better than that. Who else? Maguire, Lindelof. I don't know, man.
And MB, I'm not saying Zinchenko isn't. People are misconstruing my point. What I'm saying is that every team, every first 11, and every squad that wins a Premier League title, not every player is a title-winning quality, is what I'm saying in that. Before, nobody is taking. If Zinchenko's on the market, if City put him up, who is signing him?
But you see another thing with Zinchenko is, you see Pep's players.
Sorry, Brian, just to cut you off. I'm not saying he's a bad left back, people. I'm just saying he's not title winning standard. Nobody was out here talking about, yo, go sign Zinchenko. He's changing your team around. No one's saying that about Stones. Nobody's saying that about Rodri. No one's saying that about Gabriel Jesus. But you know what Pep's doing? He's working with what he has. They don't have a striker. They do not have a striker, and they are running away with the league. I watched Liverpool win a Champions League and a Premier League in back-to-back seasons without a striker, with a midfield of none of us would take. No top team is taking, and when I say this, I'm talking about team challenging. If United signed Wijnaldum or the Ox or Henderson or Keita tomorrow, our fans are kicking off. Our fans are kicking off. I'm saying, so that's my point. But yeah, go on. Sorry to cut you off.
What was I saying? A lot of City's players, yeah. I think like Zinchenko, Rodri, and other players like that. I think they're if you're good on the ball, because I think Zinchenko was a centre mid or something. He wasn't a left back, but
He's an
Pep just
attacking
likes
midfielder.
players. Or was he? But he's good on the ball, innit? If you've got a certain level of technical ability and you're good on the ball and you're comfortable when being pressed and you can make basic passes and you're just techie, innit? It don't really matter about your defensive side as much, or if you can get stuck in, or you want to put 100% work rate, because Pep's style, you can afford to have someone who maybe is sus defensively but is great on the ball. So if you put Zinchenko instead of like Luke Shaw or Tellers, there might be a lot of frailties in his game, like defensively, but and he won't look as good because he's not being utilized in Pep's system enough. Because see with Pep, yeah, you see like a lot of people mock Tuchel and Van Gaal and Pep and people who keep the ball and retain the ball, but that's just a way for them to what's it called, to not lose possession and for them to not get hit on the counter. And for them, they just want the ball because they feel like them having the ball is the best way of defense, or the other team doesn't have it. And that's why a lot of City's players are good on the ball and can keep the ball, but there is still like gaps in players' games like Zinchenko and Rodri and stuff, and yeah, they just fit Man City.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's my point. Is yes, Pep makes them a better player, and that goes down to why I'm so critical of Ollie. Can you hear me? Yo, it might be you, fam. You lot, let us know in the comments if you can hear us. If not, I'm just talking like a mime, but it is what it is. We move. Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, chat, is Flawless on mute or is it just me?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Yeah, I'm good. They're saying, yeah, we blessed. Big up everyone who's locked on that before we go. Nah, the reason why you can't disagree with me on Rodri, because when Rodri was playing last season, if I remember correctly, I'm going to check the numbers, and Fernandinho had to move to centre-back. What happened? Nobody signing Rodri is not, I'm not saying he's a bad player, don't get it mistaken. My point is, if Manchester United sign Rodri tomorrow, if Manchester United signed Rodri tomorrow, our fans are kicking off. They are not saying this is a signing to lead us to the top. If we sign in Didi or Tillemans tomorrow, different conversation. Because they're of a standard where fans are like, rightly or wrongly, think we can go. We're not signing Rodri thinking we can win the league. We're not signing Zinchenko thinking John Stones. Go on.
But is Ndidi good enough on the ball?
Yes. Simply because, depending on what you want to play, for me, he wins the ball back and passes it to the more creative players. I don't need him to be that good.
I think him and Pogba would be good, you know. Pogba and Ndidi.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he a bit more like a taller version of a Kante? He's a bit more aggressive.
He's a destructive. It depends what you like from DMs and that. He's a destructive DM, so it depends on what you like. I prefer I'm more old school because I'm older than you. I prefer the destructive DMs, but it's a preference. I don't need my DM to be playing the ball out. You get what I'm saying? Like that deep line playmaker. Win the ball back and pass it to the more creative players. Win the ball back and pass it to Pogba, pass it to Bruno, pass it to Donny, pass it to our wide players in it. I just need you to win the ball back and play 5-10 yards passes. That's all I want from my DM in it. I don't need any more than that. I think it was a game he got like 19 ball recoveries or something like that. Man won the ball back 19 times.
Who's that? Ndidi?
That is mad. Yes, there was a game where he won. Yes, I can't remember what game it was. Who did they play? I'll have to ask Statman, but it was a game they played and he won the ball back, Ryan, 19 times. That's my point.
19 times. That's like Kante level. That's like prime Kante level.
That's what it is.
What's it called? You see, with Donny, I don't know why Oli doesn't like. Maybe he shouldn't play every game if he doesn't want to, innit? But I feel like Donny's just efficient with the ball. Like he don't turn like a tractor. Like I just think he might not have to play every game, but I think I want to see him there, innit? Because like of what I've seen of him, innit, he just has good link up play. And he doesn't take like 5 years to pass the ball to make a run, and he's just efficient like that. But I think the problem is the players around you aren't efficient. So if he gets the ball and quickly makes and the 1-2's on, and he wants to make a 1-2 with like a Bruno Fernandes or a McTominay, and then they're not on the same wavelength, it makes Donny van der Beek look bad, innit? But I think
I know he's having problems in that, but yeah, yo, respect the guests and
like
that in it. Everyone you see on there, respect. Yo, you Ryan, you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Oh, right.
You're breaking up and that. It's cool, man.
No, yeah.
You're still misty.
Yeah.
Jump out and
What
jump
was I
back in,
saying?
yeah? Jump out and jump back in. Before we go, jump out and jump back in, yeah? I'm not saying he wasn't wonderful Atletico. My point still stands. If United signed Rodri tomorrow, our fans are not jumping up and down about that signing. Yo, he's the guy to take us to the top. Tillemans does that, yes. Samer and Ndidi do that. That's my point is Pep is getting the most out of him. He's getting the most out of him. Rodri don't even start for you lot. How about that one? In your first 11, he doesn't start. That's how good he is. It's going to be Fernandinho, De Bruyne. Going to take your pick. I'm actually going to check his numbers before I butcher him and that. Hold up. Hold up. Check his numbers right now and see how many games he actually has played for you lot. The appearances and all them things there. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on. I could be wrong on it still. Well, we'll find out. So let's see. Okay, so he started quite a few games for you this season. So yeah, 25 appearances, 2 off the bench, goal. Fair enough, I stand corrected still. Yeah, Partey's a prime example. Yeah. Partey's a prime example. As he froze, was he back? Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah. See, I told you I'm wrong when I call it. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Yeah, I stand corrected. But my point still stands is he's not that good. He's not a title-winning player. Nobody's signing Rodri to take them over the line. Same way as Zinchenko. Same way as Gabriel Jesus. And that's not me slaughtering City players. That's me giving props to Pep and saying about how good how you can mask players' weaknesses. Same with Liverpool. No one's signing for Firmino or Wijnaldum or Henderson or Keita and be like, yes, we're going to win the league now. No chance. Which Manchester City player will make us jump around when we sign? Much more than that. Much more than De Bruyne, Aguero, Mahrez, Sterling, Diaz, the goalkeeper. That's like 7 I've just named there. So that's a myth. And that's my point. You know what I mean? This manager at Manchester United gets away with murder. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah, Dupe, yeah, we're going to use it. We tried, innit? Yan City is on United Central right now. So, but before I close, we're on 85 like scales to 90. We are going to close out the show and head over there and go support Adam H, Saeed, and Yan City on the channel over there. But how can a CDM take you to a title? A CDM can be major to a title. Come on, Dupe. I don't know how old you are, but come on. You know the great central midfielders and defensive midfielders there's been. What's Kante? Kante won back-to-back leagues with 2 separate teams. What's a Roy Keane? What's a Vieira? What's a Scholes? They're not all DMs, but central midfielders. You get my point. That is, what's a Fabregas? I can keep going. What's a De Bruyne? What's a David Silva? I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? What's a Zidane? What's a Kaka? Even though he played higher at the pitch. What's a Gilberto Silva? I'm showing my age here going back, but yeah. These players I'm mentioning here. What's a Petit? What's a Carrick? Of course a DM can help you towards the title. There we go. Yeah, I understand, but a CDM can't just take... No, but he can play a massive part in that, is what I'm saying. He can play a massive part in that. We seen what happened to you last season when Fernandinho wasn't there. We seen that. As good as your team is, this is my point. So if you sign Kante, you're winning the title. No. Where did I say that? You're completely missing my point, Dupe. Where did I say that if we sign Kante, we're winning the title? I'm just showing my importance. Back to it. I don't know why we're stuck on DMs, but I'm just talking about the quality of player. I know you do pay your Manchester City and others are City fans, but not every player in your squad is title winning quality. You don't take away from him, but he's not. Yeah, serious. Like a party. If you man get party of AM, if you man get the party of Atletico Madrid, it'd be a big boost to your team for sure. Yeah, that's my point. Every time he plays for Arsenal, you see the difference. But yeah, man, love to everyone who's locked in. This has been a jam-packed episode on Sarcasm. You never know who might drop in on Sarcasm City TV. You never really know. Any further questions you lot got for me, let me know. We'll probably be moving this show as well to a Wednesday, 6 p.m. I get your point and agree with it. It can't lead you to a title and it's important. Maybe if Roger was like Fernie, we would have been better. That's my point. It can help you lead to a title, is what I'm saying. That's my point. Big up Wayne, who just messaged me also. Yes, see, this is what I'm saying. And Flawless, you're right. When Madrid sold Makelele, they stopped winning things for a long time and Chelsea won titles. That's my point. Because Makelele is of that caliber. Rodri is not. That's not a criticism of Rodri. I'm just saying if we sign him, that doesn't transform us. That doesn't make me, I can only say for me, think, all right, we're going to win league titles and that. Never. Makelele or Kante? Says David. This is a great question, Makelele, though. Makelele. Simple as that. Makelele. Without question, it's Makelele. Yeah. Big up Ryan Esser. Hopefully he sorted out his Wi-Fi. Yo, you back with us? Yo, yeah, he's frozen. He said, I don't. That's what Flawless is saying. I'm lost. But yeah, Makelele, they named the role after him. They named the role after him and that. That's how good he was. But yeah, that's my point. If you're all right, to get off City, look at Liverpool's team. They won it with Firmino, who's a non-goal scoring striker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you lot, I'm going to dip. Love to everyone who is love to everyone who has locked in. Much appreciated. You've seen Carefree Lewis on here. Saeed joined as a special guest. Ryan S also joined. Make sure you subscribe to both their channels. Also, big up to you lot. Love to everyone supporting, whether I agree or disagree. Get us to 100 likes also. And this has been Agenda FC. Wait, let me check. Yeah, man. And we're back tonight as well, people. 10:30, we're back. You wait for, you get me? We're back. We're back at 10:30. Love to everyone who's locked in. And with Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.